Today I have the pleasure of meeting James Green from deVere. So deVere have been a client of ours for a number of years, and today we're going to get a little bit of insight into the deVere business and how things are looking for them as an organisation and what their plans are in the coming years ahead. Hi James, welcome. If you can start by telling us a little bit about yourself, your title in the business, and a little bit about deVere and what you guys do.
My name is James Green. My role within deVere is Divisional Director for Western Europe and Latin America. So essentially it's my role to manage the countries that are part of those regions. So in Europe, we have regulated offices in Switzerland, Spain, Italy, France, Portugal, a couple of new ones on the way, and in Latin America we are over in Mexico.
Can you give us a brief description of your company? Maybe talk a little bit about the markets that you serve and the size of your organisation perhaps?
So essentially deVere is a large international cross-border wealth manager. So offices all over the world, clients in over 100 different countries, $12 billion in advice and administration. So a big company, I think there's 50 different deVere entities in total, and 33 of those 50 entities are wealth management advisory companies.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what makes deVere a great company to work for, James?
In terms of deVere's strengths and differences to competitors, I would say there's mainly three things. Number one is deVere's size. So deVere has been around for 22 years, such a big company now. And because we have more clients and more client inflows, more clients investing money than anybody else, that means we get access to the best products in the market. So we can help clients get institutional products for retail clients. So I'd say that is number one. Number two is the focus that the company puts into training and development. We have a fairly flat structure at deVere, which is good for many reasons. Helps us make decisions quickly, a bit more nimble when we need to pivot, when we need to react. But there's also a clear progression system for our staff to get from one level to another. And thanks to an incredible training platform that we have with Redmill, the training is just absolutely fantastic. Great management team, fantastic training platform. So we just believe in people. We believe in people. We believe in developing people, and progressing people through the system. I think the third incredible thing about the company is probably the culture, and that ultimately is set by Nigel, who's the UBO, which is the ultimate beneficial owner of deVere. He sets the culture. Each office will have different subcultures, I would say, but we've just got a fantastic bunch of people, and any company is only as good as its people. Our people are fantastic. The culture of the company is fantastic. When you walk into these beautiful offices all over the world, you know, it might be in Milan or Geneva or Dubai or New Zealand, for example, and they just look and feel like deVere offices, and that's a testament to the strong culture that we have.
So we've had the pleasure of working with you guys for the last couple of years, and it's been a partnership that we've really enjoyed. But just taking it back a couple of years, can you talk a little bit about what drove you to use our services in the first place?
Initially, the reason behind trying to find Redmill, or a company like Redmill, was actually COVID. deVere has been around for over 20 years, and we've always trained people by face-to-face training courses, and they've been in all sorts of different locations around the world. Obviously, COVID hit, and we had two choices as a company. Number one, stop growing, wait for COVID to disappear, and then carry on as we were. Or two, try and find ways that we could still grow during COVID. So ultimately we were looking for an online training platform that would give us access to three things. Number one would be to train our staff, so to do those face-to-face training courses, but over screen, digitally. The second was to help our staff continue with their learning and their development when it comes to CPD, qualifications, exams. And number three, we wanted our staff to have access to an internal knowledge library. So if staff wanted to have more training, for example, on a particular product or a particular type of fund or a particular type of solution for our clients, we could do one training session, put that onto a knowledge platform, then our staff all over the world could have access to that. So they were the reasons why. We investigated a number of different companies that all do the same thing, and we just felt Redmill was the best fit for what we were looking for. A couple of years down the line, genuinely don't think we could live without it.
So just thinking back, James, to when we engaged a few years back, can you talk a little bit about the challenges you faced at that time and how the Redmill Advance solution actually met with those needs?
Ultimately, in terms of challenges that deVere faces, the truth is that cross-border financial advice and wealth management can be complex. You're dealing with clients that are often living in places outside of their home country. They may well be retiring in places outside of their home country. So making sure that they've got the correct product and the correct solution, not just from a product point of view, but from a tax point of view as well, can be difficult. So ultimately it meant for us to make sure that we were at the forefront of that, is to make sure your advisors are well educated. And that's where Redmill come in. Redmill have an incredible training platform with all of the CII exams on there, all of the CISI exams on there. And that just meant for us that we could make sure our advisors all over the world, in every different place that deVere is in, all had access to the very, very best educational content in the industry.
And what results have you seen since partnering with us, James?
I say there's been a couple of big benefits to the company. The first is our existing advisors, who could be in all different parts of the world, rather than them having to go out and find study content, training videos, exam material, documents, etc. Imagine 500 advisors all around the world doing that at different times. To have that in one central place has been absolutely invaluable. It just makes it easier. It makes it easier for our advisors to access the information. So big help for our existing advisors who want to push on with their CPD, their learning, their professional development. It's been a really, really big help for newer advisors who are joining the industry as well. So you can imagine you're a new advisor coming into the industry and you've got all CISI exams, all CII exams, all in one place. Plus you've got over 150 hours of deVere training content from our directors, our managers, our top financial advisors all over the world. New advisors have got access to all of that content in one place. It's just been absolutely fantastic. It's been really, really beneficial partnership for us.
So one thing that's true of financial services is that it never stands still, and there's always new and emerging trends. So thinking about those new and emerging trends that are coming out to market, do you want to talk a little bit about how you see, what trends you see emerging in the market, and actually how deVere is staying ahead of those trends?
In terms of trends that I'm noticing at the moment in the financial services industry, I'd say that more and more people are moving country. More and more people are living outside of the country that they were born in. That increases the need for what deVere do. That increases the need for cross-border advice, increases the need to have a financial advisor that understands that international landscape. Where more and more people are moving country, a big benefit to our clients is deVere are pretty much everywhere around the world. So if a client moves from Milan and ends up in Zimbabwe, we have a local office there. If they go from there to somewhere, we're probably going to have an office. So that enhances the need for deVere, and that's the big benefit to our client. Of course, more and more regulation is coming in. Cross-border advice, I would say, is complex anyway. But where you have more regulation and more people moving, living and working overseas, that just means we have to make sure that our advisors are more knowledgeable than ever to understand the different types of products, different types of taxes in different countries. So our clients are always invested in the best possible places. Then of course, on top of that, you've got AI coming in. And I'm a big fan of AI. Yes, I understand the threats and I understand some of its controversies, but for me, AI just gives us access to information. And when I mean information, I mean accurate information very, very quickly. If I can look something up on ChatGPT and get a result within 2 or 3 seconds, guess what? Our clients can do the same. So that means our advisors have to get better and better. The day that AI is better than you as an advisor, you're out of the industry. So advisors have to keep upskilling to make sure that they know more than AI, or they can relate that AI simply to our clients. So AI is coming in. I see that as a big, big benefit, but it does mean that advisors really, really have to have their finger on the pulse these days. I mean, certainly AI learning is very important and we're embracing that, and we're very excited to see what Redmill will be doing in the AI space.
James, this has been great. Thanks very much for your insights. And just looking forward, say over the next 5 years, what do you see next for deVere?
Over the next 5 years, I'd say that there's three main areas of focus for us. One is further growth and expansion. So we are expanding into some new areas, some new regions. You'll hear more about that over the course of the next couple of months. So exciting time for us for new territories. Number two is we do have, as part of the overall deVere group, a company called deVere Consultancy, which is effectively a product consultant. So we have a range of investment funds. We will be expanding that range. So we have an announcement coming very, very soon with a new fund that offers a fixed return to our clients. It's a cautious, low risk fund that pays clients more than cash. So for clients that are cautious about the investment markets, maybe they're expecting a downturn in the investment markets, perhaps they're just closer to retirement and they're more focused about capital preservation and growing that money steadily, that might be of interest. I'm really, really excited for that one. And currently we're looking for more advisors. So I am trying to expand the number of financial advisors that we have across the company. And that's just to meet client demand. As I mentioned earlier, with more and more clients moving country and living and working abroad, that just increases the demand for cross-border financial services. So we are going through a period of expansion on new licenses, new territories, a new investment fund, and also we are looking for new, and also we're looking for additional financial advisors to join us as well. So I'd say those three things are the main focuses for us. In terms of the back office, if you like, if I can call it that, there's a huge focus on tech at the moment. So we want to make it as easy as possible for our clients to access their investments, to help plan their future, and as easy as possible for our financial advisors to help service clients. So tech is at the forefront of client servicing, just to make sure that advisors and clients have access to all the information they need quickly, efficiently. And of course, that includes the incredible training platform that we have with Redmill also.